Hi, I'm Andrew Wasson. Welcome to the July 31st, 2016 Guitar Blog episode. It's titled, it's kind of an odd title, but it's titled Lemon Tones for Unique Guitar Melody. Now, in this lesson, what we're going to do here is we're going to look at non-chord tones and how they can have a pretty big impact on the sound of our melodies. Plus, we'll also look at how notes outside of our key can be used to promote a really interesting effect on the phrasing of melody lines. It's an interesting melodic approach, but it's one, at the same time that can cause guitar players some difficulty in the early days when they're just starting to try and create these lines. Hitting non-chord tones will have an effect of sounding like you just played a phrase with a bunch of real lemon notes that don't line up with the backing chord changes. So what we're going to do is we're going to find out more, we're going to analyze all this, find out how it works. We'll start by just zooming in on the neck, learning a few ideas, and help get you started with this type of sound in your guitar playing. So what we're going to look at first is just creating this tonal distance, and we're going to use a ninth interval on a D minor chord. D minor triad, D minor 7, whatever you like the best. And we're going to target notes that are off color to the chord tones to create this, sort of sour outside effect within a melody line. Now, what we're doing here is we're giving distance to the chord tones that go outside of your root, third, fifth, and seventh. If you're using a seventh quality chord, if you're just using a triad, that's going to be just root, third, fifth. In the case of a minor chord, of course, the third is lowered to make it the minor third, minor quality. And the effects generated in the melody line can be pretty cool. It has an interesting melodic target resolution when you're dealing with something other than just the root, third, fifth, or seventh. Now, on this chord that I have on the loop that you heard in the background when I sort of opened things up here, it was a D minor 7. I was playing over here doing root and then minor third, minor seventh, and then I've got another minor third up top there on the second string. So it's got no fifth in it, but it's kind of a nice warmer sounding minor 7. And what I did over top of that line, or that chord, the line I played over top of it, was I took it from the ninth interval, an E natural. If you put an E on a D minor chord, you get minor 9. So I took it from the E, I went up into an F natural, and then I came over to a C, and then I came up here to a high E, sustained it for a moment. Then I went down from the D there to a C, over to an F again, and then dropped down into that ninth. Now the F is kind of a real quality tone there because that's a minor third. So I'm kind of approaching before and around, ahead and behind of the ninth. I'm using that minor third to just sort of blend it a little bit better. Add some vibrato on that, give it a little bit of life. So that target tone really that we're shooting for, though, is the E. And that E basically is your ninth against the D minor 7 or the D minor triad sound. So it's a pretty cool idea. You could even use it as a chord that's got, sort of the more suspended quality to it if you wanted to, get rid of the sound of the minor tone or any kind of third whatsoever. There's a lot of opportunity, a lot of cool things you can mess around with in doing. So so that's the first one. That's example number 1, and it's the inclusion of a ninth interval. The Rhythm Duration Bootcamp program helps solve timing issues by using a two-step learning method. Step 1 clarifies the most popular rhythms used in today's music. You'll learn the names of the notes and rests as well as their different values and how they're used musically. Step 2 walks the student through several exercises which apply the notes and rests in rhythmic drills. Rhythm Duration Bootcamp is an easy-to-follow lesson plan that will help to thoroughly develop both the student's feel and their sense of timing. The Rhythm Duration Bootcamp program is available for instant download in the View Our Products area at creativeguitarstudio.com. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is look at anticipating the arrival of an off-color tone by way of a tone that's acting more of an extension that really isn't even there either. So this is going to be a little bit more complex to discuss and to work through with you, but hopefully you can stay with me and understand what we're doing. Now, we're going to starting off with a triad. It's going to be a D major triad, just root, third, fifth. And the idea here is we're going to anticipate the arrival of the extended tone, which in this case is the sixth. So we're adding a B into the realm of a D major chord, giving us a D major 6. Now when the B comes in, though, it's going to be coming in by way of the appearance of a major 7. So it's going to be a C sharp into the D and then down into the B tone. So that idea is bringing around the color of a major 7 chord into the triad tone and then into that B tone, which is the color of a major 6th. So it's kind of a lot going on here, and it's a lot of impression work. We're implying sounds underneath the bass chord, and we're trying to build a melodic phrase that acts with resolutions into an interval that doesn't really have anything at all to do with the underlying chord itself. And prior to the appearance of the addition of the new interval, we're placing an extended tone that's more part of a 7th color into the mix to bring in that new tone. So it's a really interesting effect. It's probably one of my favorite effects to mess around with those, to try to find those tones that start branching further and further away from the chord that we happen to be working on. In this case, we're going, 7th and then 6th. And the rhythm's a little bit funny too, because in this example, what's happening is I'm coming in there off of the 2nd 16th note of the B to 3. So we have 1, 2, 3. So the rhythm is a little bit different. It's going to take a little bit of practice if you want to get this, perfectly in time. 1, 2, 3. A little bit syncopated and stuff there. So, mess around with this idea. It's a really good one. It really kind of bust your chops to be able to get all this organized and to get your head wrapped around the theory, principles of it as well. But it's a great exercise. I'm going to fire up the loop pedal and just play this a little bit more for you there. So remember, it comes in on the 2nd 16th of the B to 3. So 1, 2, 3. Just like that. 1, 2, 3. Well, thanks for watching part 1 of this lesson plan. Be sure to sign up at creativeguitarstudio.com to watch part 2, where you can also download the handout in the members area for this video. In part 2, we're going to take a look at the use of the 4th and the 11th interval, and we're also going to look at how you can mess around with combinations of this lemon tone concept to really bring together a lot of these ideas and help you use them in more effective ways in your playing. So I'll catch up with you next in the members area, where you can check out part 2 of this video. If you're interested in learning faster, making better use of your time, and practicing longer, the Accelerating Your Learning Curve ebook is for you. There's over 60 pages of information on how to take control of both the way you learn and the time that you devote to your practicing. Accelerating Your Learning Curve is available for instant download in the View Our Products area at creativeguitarstudio.com. Thanks for watching. Click here to subscribe to the Guitar Blog Update YouTube channel and never miss another video. Click here to sign up for your free membership to CreativeGuitarStudio.com. And if you take out a paid membership, you'll get premium content downloads of jam tracks, lesson handouts, and full access to all the members area video lessons.